All right, it is time for week 3 of our cold weather bats game of the week. Game of the week, week 2, Brother Rice versus Sterling Heights Stevenson. Unfortunately, Mother Nature took the victory as seemingly the entire state of Michigan was greeted with another inch of snow, to say the least. So we are hoping that Mother Nature is going long gone for the year. One can only hope. But Brandon, we're heading here towards week 3. Got a great game ready to rock here for week 3.
Yeah, absolutely. The weather stunk last week, but we're starting Monday off hot, literally. We've got a 60-plus degree day, and seems like baseball is ready to be played statewide, and hoping this is a sign for things to come, considering what we've been battling these last couple of weeks. We played last Monday in what was a real feel of at times 26, 27 degrees. There was the most snow I've ever seen coaching or playing during a game. Make the most of it, but not really a true testament to team play sometimes. But this seems to be the right weather, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we're going to go right on into our game 3, game of the week here for cold weather bats. It's actually going to be a series as league play is kicking up across the entire state of Michigan. So we're going to be highlighting Rochester Adams facing off against intercity rival of Rochester, the Falcons, against the Highlanders. Should be a great series. It's going to be a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday series. The game that we are going to be highlighting here at Cold Weather Bats is going to be the game on Thursday. So it should be a great week for these two teams to get out there and see which team is going to reign supreme in the city of Rochester.
Yeah, and legacy-wise, Adams has definitely been the program recently over the last decade, I would say. But there's plenty to go around in this Rochester roster. They're going to battle head-to-head with Adams. This is definitely a league tilter as well. Love when teams play series. We don't get to do that in the Downriver League, and I'm very envious because I think that's awesome. Not only does it create a competitive setting for your team, but also it's much easier to create rotation. And it is one of those things where it's a challenge to create a rotation. Right now in our league, I feel like if you get the luck of a draw with two of the lower tier teams and one top tier team, you're able to save your ace for specific matchups where that team might have to play all 3 tough teams in a week. And, I just don't think that's a great competitive balance. But, some teams might be short on arms, and so we do what we do to save that. Some teams can't handle 3 games in a week every week. So, some schools don't support the enrollment to get there is what I understand why we don't do it. But I hope we do one day, because I do think it is the best way to find out who's the better team. And, these two teams, not only are they very familiar with each other within city confinements, but there's a lot of talent here on both sides, some committed players to highlight that will certainly tilt the competition.
Yeah, and we will be highlighting these players on these rosters really all week with our coverage leading up to the game on Thursday. We will definitely touch on the results Monday and the game 2, which I believe is on Tuesday for this series. So be sure to check out all of our socials and our YouTube for those interviews and that coverage. We'll have written coverage over on our Patreon that we will have the URL loaded on right on the bottom of this screen here for you to visit. I guess really the last thing, Brandon, I mean, who do you think? I mean, we haven't dove into it too much, but, off the bat, who would you have for your pick here for Thursday? I'm not going to hold you to it. We'll, let Monday and Tuesday go first before we get into it. But early on for this week, who would you be leaning so far?
I like Rochester's lineup a lot, and I think in a 3-game setting, pitching is going to be a tough thing to come by at large. So while who gets that edge in the game 1 is actually not really a guarantee. I don't think Adams has an unarguable better rotation than Rochester. So I'll give the edge of the lineup to Rochester. I like what they have in the middle, especially with Sean Fox and plenty of support around him in that first 5 batters. So a big fan of what they've got lineup wise, and in a 3-game setting where pitching will probably be a tough thing to come by in game 3. I'll think that this game comes down to that grudge match, and I'll give the edge to the lineup, which in my opinion going into it is Rochester.
Should be a very interesting series, really. Last year with Adams taking 2 of 3 with every single game being a 1-run deciding game is very, very interesting for these two types of rosters. And then, you look at how they finished up in the district finals with Rochester really getting it to them 6-1 behind a really great pitching outing. So I think for leading into it, I think Adams is going to come ready to go. They've been very involved thus far with a lot of our involvement with cold weather bats. And, I think with what they've put together thus far, I see a deciding win today on Monday. And really, I could see a nice sweep for them for this series here.
It'll be interesting to see. Obviously, anytime you get two teams from the same city involved, there's going to be war. I got to experience that myself when I coached at Grosse Pointe South and we got to play Grosse Pointe North. There's nothing like it. It's a ton of fun. The familiarity is palpable. The energy is fantastic. The fans are a good time as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in these 3 games, especially that grudge match. If we can get a 1-1 series and get to game 3 as a deciding factor for us to cover, that would be awesome. But of course, we'll follow it along throughout the week and looking forward to covering it and, talking to the players and talking to the coaches and learning more about these two teams that could be contenders come playoff time.
So like Brandon just said, we will be touching base with both teams, both staffs this week. Be sure to check back in as we have those interviews this week, and we will touch base with everyone later on as we cover this fantastic matchup.